All right, let's look at the ingredients real quick. We have a teaspoon of garlic powder, a teaspoon of minced onion, or you can use onion powder. I like minced onion, or you can use some fresh onions. I'm trying to keep the carb count down a little bit today, so I've got 2 tablespoons of cream cheese, and this one happens to be the jalapeño cream cheese. 2 tablespoons of butter. I've got a teaspoon of Worcestershire sauce, Worcestershire, yeah. Salt and pepper to taste, a cup of cheddar, and by the way, cheddar is always better if you shred it yourself. Just a little tip. And I'm using 1.5 pounds of ground beef today. Just a fun fact, if you want to have a true shepherd's pie is made with ground lamb. This is called cottage pie technically, but who's been technical today? Anyway, I've got a package of frozen cauliflower florets. This is 12 ounces here. And I have 2 turnips. This is the experimental part today. You don't have to do this. This is optional. You can use 2 of these or what I'm doing today. I'm trying to create a different texture for the potatoes, I guess you'd say. So this is an experiment, but you can go with tried and true cauliflower for your potatoes. Just mash them up. So that's the ingredients today. Pretty straightforward. Let's move on. All right, we have the hamburger meat here. I've drained off the excess grease. I've added the broth and the seasoning to it. Now we're going to just let it simmer for a little bit and get nice and happy. Of course, back here you can see we've got the turnips boiling, and I'm going to keep boiling those until they're really, really tender. Probably about 30 minutes while everything's going on. So, all right, bringing you up to speed real quick. I boiled the turnips for probably 25-30 minutes and got them real soft. I just poked them with a fork and make sure it was real tender. I cooked the cauliflower in the microwave according to the instructions on the package. That's just the route I went. But and then I put them in here and mixed them all together and let some of the steam cook out of it, or some of the moisture cook out of it. So they're already kind of mixed up, but they're not mashed yet. Now the way I like to mash my cauliflower potatoes or my mashed cauliflower is to use the immersion blender, which I'm going to be using there. So, and for me, this little cup here keeps it from splattering all over the kitchen. And I have tried to do it in a big container and it just splatters everywhere and does all that. So I just take my time and do it all in this. So it takes a couple little batches. So let's do that. I'm going to do it in 2 batches, and I'm going to go ahead and put the cream cheese in this one because it's still hot. I want it to go ahead and get melted in there a little bit. And I'll put the butter in this one. We're going to blend them all together here at the end. But so that's my plan anyway. Let's see what we got. And I turn this baby up to 11. All right, now the second batch. This works out really well because, you know, originally shepherd's pie was created to stretch out leftovers. Like if you cook a roast or something one day, you would have it the next day, and they'd just add some potatoes and stuff, you know, carrots and peas and things like that to it. The original recipe, of course, keto, I'm not adding that stuff, but really it was created as a, let's find something to do with the leftovers. So you just kind of mix it up and make a pie out of it. All right, I've got it in the bowl. I've mixed it all together real nice. All the butter, the cream cheese, and the cauliflower, and the turnips. And look at there. Boy, that looks like mashed potatoes if you ask me. So I'm going to set this aside, clean up for a second, and put it together. Here comes the fun part. I'm going to layer this up real nice, and I'm going to make a couple different layers here instead of just throwing all the meat in and then the potatoes on top. I'm going to do a couple layers, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And the hamburger meat cooked down just enough. It's still a little real juicy because of the broth in it, but you know, it's not greasy or anything like that. It's just going to give it a good flavor. So there's layer one, and then we'll put a layer of this in there. Right on there, just like that. I'm gonna try to do 2 layers. So try to guess here. Just do a little painting, try to press it down in there and get it all nice and layered up. There's the first layer. Let's go ahead and finish putting our meat in. And I'm saving the cheese for the top. I guess you could layer that in the bottom as well if you want to, but I'm just going to save that for the top. So there's another layer of delicious hamburger meat, or if you're using lamb, go for it. I would have bought lamb today, but my local store only had 1 pack and I didn't get it. So, and then finally we're going to top it off with the rest of this. And I tell you this, I've made a lot of cauliflower mashed potatoes, and I've made other things with turnips to replace potatoes. I have not tried strictly mashed turnips yet. That'll come next, I suppose, but I'm working my way up to it. How's that? Yeah, if you would have told me I'd be eating turnips in anything, I would have called you crazy a while back, but look at me now. Here I am eating turnips and cauliflower and stuff I never dreamed I'd be eating. And the crazy thing is, when you incorporate it into something like this, it just takes on the flavor of what it's around. So it's going to take on the flavor of that hamburger meat, and you can add peppers to it or whatever. You can add green beans to it. Any leftovers you have, you can throw it in here, as long as it's keto friendly, of course, since this is a keto dish. But this is the bare bones model today. So all right, now let's just top it off with this cheese and make it look nice. And I've got the oven preheating to 375, and we're going to cook it for about 20-25 minutes, somewhere in there, until the cheese gets nice and golden brown. I put it on broil right close to the end probably. And all right, that there looks like shepherd's pie. All right, I'm heading to the kitchen to put this in the oven. Looks pretty good already, don't it? We're going to let all those flavors meld together real quick, and we'll be right back. Taste test time. You know it's my favorite time. Good old shepherd pie. Let's give it a try and see what we have here. Everything in my brain's telling me that's shepherd's pie. And man, those turnips and cauliflower, that is a very creamy, rich texture, just like mashed potatoes. You can taste a hint of the turnip in it, not much, but it's really taking on the flavor of the meat and the spices and everything. I'm going to call this a win. Go get you some, try it out. Like I said, if you don't want to mess with the turnips, just double up the cauliflower and make you a big old batch of mashed cauliflower. But hey, until next time, eat you some shepherd's pie and have a blessed day. Oh.